I went through a big breakup with a best friend, and like that fucked me up. And I'm in a much better place than I was a year ago, but I'm still kind of reeling from it. And so I know for myself, I'm not in a place to date and be fully available for someone else right now until I get right here for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
friendship breakups are worse than breakups.
Because
we don't talk about it.
Again.
Yeah.
Those are hard.
We don't talk about it. There's like, you can't, it's just, you go from seeing them and.
Someone described it as it's like someone passing away, but you still see them like
a ghost.
So I know my ass is not emotionally available, physically available. Hey hoes, my name's Crit.
I'm Tia.
I'm Michael.
And welcome to Island Fever. We are grown Pacific Islanders talking about doing grown things. And today, our guiding question is, are you available? Like mentally, emotionally, physically? Are you available when it comes to, and the dating scene?
Ooh.
Is Tia available? What would you say, Michael?
Not right now.
Yeah.
Me neither. Girl, me and you both. So
yeah,
it's fine.
But it's good to have awareness of what you want and to try to shoot for your goal of what you want and know that I just need a job.
Yeah.
Like usually in these times of unemployment, like I will go to Sean and be like, guess what? I want a boyfriend. He's like, you need a job. You're bored. But I do like...
That's a real thing for me. If I will hook up because I'm bored. Like that's really bad as when you're seeking out people just because you really have nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or it's just the time where the idea is sprung because I have time on my hands to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what would solve my instability right now? A man.
Dick.
Yeah, and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. But eventually it'll align.
Yeah. Michael, what about you? Would you consider yourself available?
Yes and no. Emotionally, yes. I think there's something that's holding me back career-wise, financially, feeling like I want to be more comfortable before I bring someone into this.
Yeah.
I also really want a family. And I also believe that having the right partner would help me with my career and financially. So I'm going back and forth with still being open to if the right person comes along, then they'll take me as I am and we can build this together. But also this little block that's like, now's not the right time. I'm not ready. I still want to be more financially stable and all that before taking someone on.
But physically available.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Pew, pew.
I feel like I'm in the
Shots
same...
fired.
I think we're all in the same boat. Hence why we're on a fucking podcast talking about it.
What, as in we're not available to some extent?
I think we're in very different boats.
Yeah, different boats, but similar.
Still pedaling up shit creek is what you're saying.
Yes,
I agree on that.
But I do think that this movie is very good for...
Yes.
It balances all of that.
So getting into Baywatch, today we're going to talk about Love and Basketball, which spoiler alert, I fucking love this film. But yeah, I think it speaks to the question of, are you available? So let's talk about it first. Like, what are your thoughts on the movie, Michael?
For those of you who haven't seen Love and Basketball, it is a movie about two children who meet at the ripe age of, I think, 12 years old and fall in love, and they love each other for life. However, there's things that come in between that relationship, which in this instance is basketball. And so their careers with basketball and their aspirations with basketball sometimes get in the way, and we watch them navigate that.
Beautifully.
Yeah. Basketball is just intertwined throughout their lives, for better or worse. And yeah, I love this movie. I just think it's beautifully shot. I think Gina Prince Bythewood is just a great filmmaker in general. Like if you look at her her discography,
Mm-hmm.
like from this to Secret Life of Bees to The Old Guard and The Woman King. Like
Mm-hmm.
she has very strong
Yeah.
women characters to begin with. But just the stories are so beautifully written, and they just show different facets of love and yeah, the soundtrack is fucking bomb. Like I really, especially as someone like, again, I'm that old man who's stuck in the 90s. Like that is my shit. Like all the songs throughout, I'm singing along, and I know they, nobody can really stand my singing, but they put up with it, thankfully.
I liked it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Tia.
it was an addition to the watch,
To the experience,
like the experience of watching it. 4D,
yeah,
yeah, experience.
yeah. But that movie, it's a classic, and there's just so many strong actors, and their chemistry is great. Like Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan, I just feel like they really hit it off, and as much as Quincy pisses me off, but like you still root for him because of their chemistry together, and you can see like they are the love of each other's lives. And yeah, let me stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I loved it. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I thought the performances were so great from like literally every actor that's in that movie. I love a female director, writer that appreciates casting extremely fine men. I think it's great. But yeah, everybody, all the dudes were 90s fine, and I miss that.
Even the daddies, like the
even
fathers.
the dads. Yes, they were so hot.
Keith David, my God.
Yeah. No, it was just beautifully done. Like the weaving together of their lives, and just really cute. I think there's moments in there where it's like, as a writer, I'm like, oh, you don't have to like explain what's going on. Like like a beautifully written scene in my mind is the one where his parents start fighting, and he just hops out his window and knocks on hers, and then she knows to open it, and then he goes in
on the floor without
There's
a word.
no words. It's just like, oh, that's their relationship. They're
Yeah.
there for each other, and that's like such a that's just great filmmaking in my mind. Is you don't have to explain anything. You just know what's happening, and then you establish their relationship. I thought Monica was just such a great character. She's like just a strong woman. I hate saying strong woman because like that's like a trope in itself, but she's like a dynamic character that has, I like that we're like kind of more in her perspective throughout, and the only thing that pissed me off was the way he fucking broke up with her. I would simply murder him by
bringing another girl to
but it's a great movie. And I know it always makes me think of like, in high school, there was always like the couple that was like the basketball playing couple, and they like loved each other, and their favorite movie was Love and Basketball. Like, I don't know, like it's just like, it makes me think of like the athlete couple.
Yeah.
And I think it's a green flag for me if this is like if this is like one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
I was also thinking that of like, oh, all the guys that love this movie.
Yeah. As a high school athlete, was that you? Did you have any relationship? Oh no, shit. Sorry.
No, I was an athlete. I didn't even kiss anyone until my senior year of high school.
Right.
And my mom was very protective of me with dating. And so I would get home from school after holding hands with the girl I liked for the first time, and she would know about it. She was undercover. She
could sense
it. She had spies.
Helicopter. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that never happened in college or in high school. However, I did experience some of that in college. I loved the movie. It's so interesting because I hadn't seen the movie since I was a kid. Maybe like 13 last time I saw it.
Yeah.
I was kind of sitting in it with my older siblings and didn't appreciate it. Now watching it, after having lived a lot of life, there's so many moments that were so beautiful. One was that one when he comes into her bedroom, lays on the floor. I've experienced that in my life with people I used to date because they love each other. However, it doesn't need to be sexual anymore. There's still that deep care for each other where they want to take care of each other.
Intimacy.
Yeah, so loved seeing that. Nothing had to be said. It was just felt. That was a great moment. And then another moment that struck me that I thought was so beautifully done cinematically was when they're at the gym dance and they're looking at each other and there's just this longing.
Yeah.
And we're with these other partners and we know that there's love there and that we should be with each other. And yet we're choosing this right now.
It's the pride that's in the way, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And so having that, like seeing that and feeling that and having had moments in my life that reflected that. Yeah, great movie. Very different experience watching it this time around than it was when I was a teenager.
I love when that happens.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
It's
so
a completely different film for me.
Yeah.
Completely different ride. And then I agree with you that I didn't like the way that they broke up. I wish that there was a different motivator, because in this instance, his motivation was that she wasn't there for him, and yet she had to be at her. What was it? Back at her dorm, or she wasn't gonna
She
be able to
curfew,
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he could have easily said, "Okay, I get that. Call up a friend and talk to her the next day." However, maybe they could have showed more that she wasn't. She definitely wasn't prioritizing him, because even after her game, instead of saying peace to her teammates and going and checking on him, she did go out and party.
Yeah.
And then saw him when she could.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, could she have just brought him back to her apartment?
She tried to. She said, "Why don't you come to my dorm with me?" He's like, "I want to sit here."
See, so that's on him. You know, like
I
that
missed
really
that.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I missed
changes
that
a
too.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, she says first, she's like, "Can we just start heading? Let's take a walk. Like, let's head back to my dorm." And he's like, "No, I want to stay here and be sad." And she was like, "Well, I have a curfew and then I can't start tomorrow." And
Exactly.
he was like, "I guess you can't."
Mm-hmm.
That was unfair on him, because it's like she worked her ass off, and I guess he doesn't have the same appreciation, because he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, things come a lot easier to the male basketball players, and so
I liked that in the movie too. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, it's
That
also
it showed
good
that.
to show in relationships in a film like this where sometimes there is someone being illogical.
Yeah.
Like in his case, being totally logical and being very selfish in that instance. Yes, something intense is going on in his life. However, to completely disregard what's happening in her life as well, and not try to make some kind of accommodation for her. That's very real. That happens in real relationships.
yeah.
Yeah. I liked also in the movie that like the dude basketball team is like in a stadium.
Oh, they're fucking
And then-
celebrities.
yeah, celebrities. And then the girls USC team is like in this shitty little gym.
Right.
It's like, this is very realistic even to this day.
Dirty
I feel
floors, like
Yeah.
dusty ass windows. Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah. One of the beautiful scenes for me as well is like that whole, and you know, I've had people in real life try to recreate like, "I'll play for your heart." Like, shut the fuck up. But I love that scene where she's like, "I'll play for your heart," and he beats her, and then he's like, "How about best of double
Best
or
of two.
nothing?"
Yeah, double or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, that fucking gets me, because it's like he's made his choice now. You know, like
Yeah.
as hard as she fought, like she fucking won. Like at the end of the day,
Mhm.
she won, because he
chooses
finally
her.
he finally realizes like, oh shit, this is the love of my life. Even though he's had all these other fucking floozies in and out, but Tyra Banks, oh, like
Gabrielle.
that girl cannot act. I'm sorry, all the Tyra fans out there, but it's just like she had no business being in that, especially with all that cast of like phenomenal actors.
Yeah.
Like, that was like very much a
Heavy hitters.
like, let's get Tyra because it's Tyra. Ooh.
She looked great.
What's the other guy's name that you liked? Her date at the dance?
Oh yeah, I don't know his name. He's just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we know his real name, Boris Cujo, but
Okay.
you're talking about his, his
Yeah,
character.
I don't know what his
I know his real
character-
name because I've been fucking,
You're
I've been
like,
looking
I've
at
been
that man
about
for
that.
years. Yeah, I've been about that life for a
Yeah,
long
he was
time.
so fine.
I
I
wish
don't
we
know.
gave him
I
a
don't-
chance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Same.
you said right before they were longing for each other, we're like, I like them better. They should
Yeah.
be together.
Oh.
Based off what? Just how they look, or
Oh,
But-
because
but
he
he-
made her laugh.
And he was like
Did he?
he was like very gentle with her and tender with her.
Yeah, but then
I mean, he
you
was trying to
missed-
get in her
And
panties,
this other guy had an ego
Yeah.
and was cocky.
because he was
Yeah,
trying to
but-
fuck. Like,
the
Maybe.
no,
in the
you
car.
missed that. You missed that part because you were like, "What happened?" and we didn't like go back. But right before they have sex, she comes back and she says like, "Oh, we went to Mulholland Drive."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, what'd you do there?" And she was like, "Well, he was like kissing on me and
after the fifth
accident-
time, I accidentally need his
hit him
fucking
in the balls."
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so he
That's right.
wasn't like he wasn't
He
this
wasn't the
like
gentleman,
nice guy
yeah.
or gentleman, and then that's when she kisses him. and then they have sex.
Okay.
One interesting thing about this film is that you see a condom. They're using condoms.
Mm-hmm.
Safe sex is very important, and especially when you're a teenager.
No, I mean, I think it was also, it was such a huge drive during the 90s.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
As well. It was such a big thing.
I don't think you really see, like, he's like, for me, watching that as like middle schooler, you watch it when you're a teenager. I think I was like, oh my God, that's what like sex is like you kiss, you get naked, you use the condom. She immediately orgasms.
She didn't in this film, though.
She didn't. That's just, I know.
She has this whole thing where she's like, oh my God, in every sex scene, they kiss twice and then she orgasms straight away. But
that is, we can start unpacking the sex scenes that we watch in here, and I guarantee you that, like, not specifically this one, which is very sweet, like losing the virginity and stuff. But if we start to unpack sex scenes, it is kiss once, get naked, immediate penetration, and immediate orgasm.
Me and Michael were watching like, no, he's just getting it in her. Like that's
just entered her right there. You can see when that happens.
And you can see like she's like,
and she's just feeling it. She's not orgasming.
No, I know, but we'll watch. We'll table that.
I don't know. We can take a we'll start taking a poll if I can.
Yeah. We'll I bet you.
What's the
viewers?
Space?
Let us know.
All right, humidity scale.
Yeah. Okay, humidity scale for me, it's like tropical storm, Niagara Falls. Like it is. This is a great film.
All right.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, I'd say same tropical storm.
Yeah, teams across the board.
Very humid, hot and humid. Yeah.
Yeah, hot and humid for me too.
I'm not surprised.
Gushing,
because it's like I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about this movie.
No, seriously,
it's always been like, oh, I love that movie, or
it's people's favorite. I know so many people. This is their favorite film, and there's a reason.
Which I never got it until watching it now.
Yeah. They're even like watching Michael, like, oh yeah, this is actually really good. Like,
yeah.
When a movie can give you those feelings,
Mm-hmm.
when it's not just entertaining, but you get that little look. And you see that moment, you're like, oh, I've experienced this. Now it's bringing up real feelings in me.
Yeah.
I'm connecting with
because it's
characters.
real. Like if you feel it, like you see the chemistry and you believe it. And so that's what draws you in is the performances.
I feel like we don't have a lot of yearning in film and TV anymore. Like we don't have that like longing, and especially in our society that everything is so accessible to us.
And just
instant, like we could instantly get penetrated. Like we, even in TV and film, like I'm not to be like, there's a conversation about like sex scenes are not necessary. As long as you write them in a necessary way, they are. But sometimes I prefer to watch a film that doesn't have sex in it. It has yearning and it has longing and like that push and pull that you feel when you like somebody, and like that is more interesting to me, and that's hard filmmaking to do. We can set up a camera and have an intimacy coordinator and have like these gratuitous sex scenes that are like shocking, but like if you watch like old movies from back in like classic Hollywood where the Hays Code existed and there was like very like governmental regulation on what storytelling could be, that's when you had the most yearning, because they weren't allowed to kiss for more than 2 seconds. Like you couldn't show adultery, so there was a lot of fiancés that didn't get together. And it like we've lost some of that. So when I see it in film, I'm like so excited, because that's way more exciting to me than they're fucking.
That tension is
the
like,
tension, like
it's palpable. It's like
and that's like romance, and so I'm excited to see more of that in film, and like when watching these romantic films, I'll work our way up to like there's one film that I think is just the most like yearning film ever.
Wait, what is it? Just give us a little.
In the Mood for Love.
Okay,
Wong
never heard of
Kar-wai.
it.
Same.
It's a Chinese, or he's from Hong Kong filmmaker.
Yeah.
It's like there's not a lot of dialogue, and you have to like really pick up and pay attention. It's got Maggie. I forget her name, but she's beautiful. He's beautiful. It's very like yearning, longing. It has like this Succession like music going on and beautiful cinematography. But that's a high level
Let's do that. Yeah. Well, we just
we can
add
get
another
to,
film to the list for one of our episodes. Well, that is a good transition to what's wrong with us.
Mm-hmm.
And again, our guiding question is, are you available? And so for me, I think me and Tia, like I'm being dead ass honest when I say I'm not available emotionally right now. And I think a lot of that has to do with me still recovering from a breakup. And when I say breakup, and a lot of people, I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but like I went through a big breakup with a best friend, and like that fucked me up. And I'm in a much better place than I was a year ago, but I'm still kind of reeling from it. And so I know for myself, I'm not in a place to date and be fully available for someone else right now until I get right here for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I know my ass is not emotionally available, physically available, Michael.
Why are you pointing at me?
No, because like, you know,
Sorry.
Let me not point to Michael, but
yeah.
I felt like you said you was physically available.
Tia said that.
No, I
Tia
said that.
did,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I put his.
That was Tia's assessment.
Blew up his spot.
But yeah, what about you guys?
Friendship breakups are worse than breakups.
Oh,
because we don't talk about it.
Again.
Yeah,
those are hard.
We don't talk about it. There's like you can't. It's just you go from seeing them and.
Someone described it as it's like someone passing away, but you still see them like
a ghost.
I like this person I've known for over 20 years now, and like going to New York, which is their city.
Yeah.
This was the first time this last year that I'd gone to New York and I'd never spent time with them or their family.
Ooh, yeah.
And I feel like I'm fucking creeping in their backyard and like, are they gonna see me? Like,
at least you had your community, your people with you.
Oh yeah.
When you were there.
Thank God for that. But even then it's still like everyone could noticeably see that I was like just very on edge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. But I get what you're saying about being I don't know if I'm exactly emotionally unavailable. I think I thought I was. And then like having to navigate our relationship now has shown me that okay, like this is not I think I am always in the mindset of like
you can hold more than you thought you could.
Yeah. And that tough conversations are going to spiral me in some way. So I'm like not ready for that type of intimacy. But now I'm like, oh no, I think I have a stronger foundation in myself than I thought I did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I'm emotionally available, physically available, financially available. Absolutely not. Like this is not the time to be like same with my career. I feel I'm very close to like doing what I want with my career.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't stop like if I were to like meet a guy in like tomorrow, then I wouldn't stop myself from it. I would just be like, this can't be serious for like give me like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like I just am very close. Once I'm in it though, like once I'm farther along in my career. But again, that stopped me so many times. It's like a great excuse for me to use to be like, I'm not going to be available for this because of my career.
That's so interesting. Like, well, one, Michael, are you available? On what levels are you available? But then two, have finances, I know you've said that your personal finances give you a hesitancy to enter into a relationship, but as someone else's, like a woman's finances, do they play a big part in whether or not you will enter into a relationship with them?
I think if it looks like it would be a weight on the relationship, then I take that into account.
Yep.
Let's say there's a ton of debt or that her lifestyle is irresponsible financially. And those are things that I would take into account with dating. Other than that, no, she does not need to be rich or well off financially for me to want to date her. The main thing, going back to what I was saying about my parents in the last episode, was I love how my mom and dad's relationship worked out. My mom was a ride or die, and they got through that poor phase together.
Yeah,
got more established, and now they're comfortable. And so I could see with the right person that working.
Yeah.
Just as long as there's that willingness to grow and build together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that Eagle song? what's that Eagles song? Love will keep us alive. You know that song?
No.
You know it, Michael. Come on.
Well, there's love will keep us alive.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just so young.
This
is
that's a fucking sweet song.
I'll listen.
It's an experience I don't ever want to experience myself, but it's a beautiful song.
When we're searching for a place to hide.
Yeah.
I guess mine's less financial, more career. Because financial, like, it's gonna take me a minute to get on my feet. But I also don't want to be like reliant on anyone financially. I don't want that to be a factor in a relationship. Because I think it was such a factor in when I was growing up in my relationship with my dad and stuff like that. I just always want to be like, you know, have a stable ground for myself, but it is my career. I'm like, I really feel like I'm in the final hour of doing something with it. And I don't want, but again, like, it's kind of an excuse for me too, to be like, oh no, well, like, let me just keep you here. Yeah. I'm very aware of that. Like, but this is something I've been working on for like a decade of my life. I can't, my friends also know, they're like, oh, if you start dating someone right now, we're never going to see you again. And like, you're going to just like not give up, but like be all in on that.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm very like black and white.
Yeah.
So I just know in like the next 6 months.
I can see you like being full on in a relationship.
You will never see me.
But I also don't see that interfering with your career though. Like I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think now, but I also like I have to have a man that's okay with what I'm about to do in my career, and not have that be like, they have to be very secure in themselves and whatever they do, and like allow me to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Too, and like lift me up when I need to be lifted up, and then like, you know, or allow me to be free when I need to be free, and then be there for me when I need them. It's just a very specific thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let it get. I wouldn't let it get interfere with my career, because like literally I've been working at this for so long.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't ever date a guy that didn't take my career seriously. Yeah. Like that's the part that hurt me in this movie, was like, there's that realization that he didn't take her career or
because
her
she's a woman playing basketball basically.
Yeah, and that was so sad for me, because I always talk about like when the shoe drops, like I'm kind of sometimes always waiting for the shoe to drop, and guys are very attracted to my like energy, and they want to experience me, and they like everything about me, and then they get to experience it, and then they try to cut me down.
Yeah.
And because I attract like really bad men.
Demons.
I experienced that too with, you know, social media or being just very public.
Yeah.
Where that's something that's attractive to a girl, maybe. And then after we start dating, that then becomes something that bothers them.
Yeah. The attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying about career. So I would be okay turning from my career if I found someone who I was absolutely crazy about and wanted to start life with them. If that meant that I needed to go back into medical sales or whatever to make money. So that it's not necessarily that. It's more of wanting to chase this dream.
Yeah.
And so it would be great if my partner was on board with that.
Yeah.
However, what I like in the movie, Love and Basketball, is after chasing their dreams and dancing with each other in and out of this romance and deep love they have for each other, ultimately, what did they realize?
They want each other to make...
They wanted each other more than basketball, more than this game. As much as basketball was a part of their lives, that was not their number one thing.
Right.
And I think that's something for us, too, is like, yes, we do have our dreams and our aspirations. However, what good is it if you reach the top of the mountain and you don't have that person, you don't have love?
Yeah. I was like telling Michael, like, I don't like making these wins in my career by myself. And I'm not by myf. I have everybody else. Right. But like
it'd
having
be nice
your
to
teammate,
share it with someone. Yeah.
But it's I think also I want to get to a point in my career where my career isn't my number one goal. And there's a specific amount of stability you need in that. And especially in Hollywood, what we're trying to do, where it's like, you're never really going to feel settled, but at least you know you have some clout behind you that like allows you to be like, okay, this is my job. this is my day-to-day job.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer this dream I'm shooting for.
Okay, so 2 things. One, like I get what you're saying. If I needed to make money, I'll do what it takes to make money. But then that also begs the question: would you be happy? You know, like not pursuing your dreams. So I think that always comes into it for me. Like I don't need to be with someone who makes a lot of money, just as long as we're stable. But I would rather you do what makes you happy, and that. Because otherwise the resentment builds, you know, in so many different ways.
Well, that's why I feel like it's less financial and it's more my career aspirations and my dreams is like.
I think dreams is the important part.
Yeah, and like that you support that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want like somebody to be like, well, you should go back. Like I should go back to the beauty industry and I should be girl bossing.
Right.
Like that's not what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's just a stability in that to get to a level of the career where I feel safe that this isn't a dream, it's a career. Because there is a time in what we're pursuing that it's not just a dream anymore. It's like solid, tangible steps that you're gonna make.
Right.
And like I'm starting to feel that obviously with the foundation I have now. So yeah.
Here's the other question: do you guys believe in soulmates?
Yeah. But I think like everyone has a lot of different soulmates.
I believe that too.
Yeah, like my friends are my soulmates.
Yeah. My mom is definitely
my
one of mine.
mom, we have met each other in many lives.
Yeah.
And then like, I feel that.
How about you?
I don't know. I'm open to it. I think I used to think that it's something that you make and not necessarily
like
a person that's out there or multiple people that are out there. I think you can choose someone and make them your soulmate.
Yeah. It's a building. But I don't know, there's like people in my life where I was like, oh my God, of course we were destined to be together.
Like of all the fucking billions of people out there, like how did we end up here? And how are we, like when I'm talking about like the breakthroughs I've had in life, like I feel like there are very specific people who were brought in to help me reach those breakthroughs, you know? So I do believe like some things are
and sometimes I think I would have never met you. Like, why did I meet you? Like,
exactly.
This is a little like cosmic kind of.
Even just us 3 fucking sitting here is like of all the fucking people out here.
I've always said. Sean was joking. He was like, "You would have never talked to Michael. You guys would have never crossed paths. Like, you guys live different. I feel like we live different lives. We wouldn't have. We would cross paths like Polynesian style, but not like I don't know. We live a little bit different.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who fucking knows?
I would have. I probably already crossed paths with you plenty of times in WeHo in my past life.
Oh, girl. You probably walked past the basement. I was fucking.
Yeah, well, one day I was in Revolver in the bathroom, like recently, and I was like, had flashbacks of like, I've been here before. I don't know how I've been here and like felt it, but
Well, I mean, my flashbacks are bad. Like I'll be like when I was looking for an apartment this time, every apartment that I was looking at, I was like, oh fuck, I've been in this building. Like it was bad. Every fucking street I went down, oh, I fucked up on that place. Like anyway. All right, so I think we've gone as far as we're gonna go with this conversation, but we would like to enter the Hoe Whisperer, where for 60 seconds we really talk about something heavy on our hearts that we just want to get off our chest. And so yeah, Tia, ladies first. What would you like to talk about? Let me get my timer out. All right, Tia, your 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, what I would like to talk about, which is it ties in with love and basketball and how Monica is presented, is that I am not someone to be scared of. I feel like a lot of men are intimidated by me, and I don't understand why. And maybe sometimes I understand why, because I'm a little bit... intimidating, I guess, but you're intimidated. Maybe don't be. I'm a nice person. I'm soft. I'm sweet. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its resting bitch face. I'm not one to be scared of. Just talk to me. I guess that's kind of scary how I'm talking, but please, stop being scared of me. It's pissing me off. That's it. That's all I have.
Wow, way to not scare them. Don't be scared of me. It's pissing me off.
Well, I don't know how else to say it. It's pissing me off at my old age. But I'll try to be nicer. I'll try to be softer.
All right, now the minute's up.
There you go.
Do you want to go first, Michael, or should I?
I'll do. You can go first.
All right, so I think so we were recently at the NRL Nines in Las Vegas, and she was talking to a lot of rugby players. One, and you know, I say this out of jest, but I be calling Tia Fat Tits Tia because she's busty, and like the guys, like, you know, and the hair's down, and like, you know, very much this situation, and you know, she be talking like this, and like.
Talk like that.
I missed what you call her. What did you call her?
Fat Tits Tia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was calling me that.
Yeah. So Fat Tits Tia over here is like talking to these guys. Like Michael just finishes interviewing them and they're fine or whatever. And then as soon as Tia gets on the mic, they're like, and she's like, why should I date a rugby player? Because like we're
team players.
We're team players, and like me and my wife are a team, and
my wife.
No, and they mentioned that they're married like 10 times because they're not trying to get in trouble. It's fucking hilarious. And it just kept happening. I was like, damn, Tia, like.
I'm not kidding you. That's my fucking life. Like, men do not approach me. They don't talk to me. I'm like, oh, am I a hideous, ugly person? Like, what is going on? They will not fucking talk to me. Like, even guys that I'm like, hey, I've told you, I think you're hot. They're like, can't speak to me. And then I'm like, I'm not gonna like be less of me. So yeah, I guess it's pissing me off.
Yeah, what do you think it is, Michael?
I mean,
oh no, he's gonna read me to filth.
I don't know. Tia's told me that you don't feel like you're very open with men. You kind of put up a little wall, little boundary. So that alone wouldn't be super helpful if you want men to feel safe around you and feel like they can put themselves out there on a limb.
But even if I'm putting it out there and I'm like open and I'm nice, like I've been adjusting this behavior because I used to be very guarded, but I've been adjusting this behavior and it's still like doesn't matter. Like, oh hi, like I'm like warm and kind to men I think are attractive and I want to date.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Not to you guys.
Anyway, let me get to mine.
Okay, go.
All right, so I want to talk about the fact that I don't want to get judged for wanting a man with a medium-sized penis. And I say that because I attract a lot of men who have, and you know, I guess big is subjective, whatever, but for me, a 10 fucking inch dick is big. 9 inches. You know what? 8 inches plus is fucking big for me. And when men whip it out and they expect me to do something with it, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do, because I like my ability to walk. I like my ability to breathe. And I'm not sacrificing that for you. I just met you. And then they get pissed off with me or whatever. So I let guys know, I'm like, I'm not asking for a dick pic because I want to see like fucking a big cock or nothing. I'm asking because I want to know that I'm not going to have my life jeopardized. And so I'm very upfront about wanting a man with a medium-sized penis, and I don't like being judged for it.
No judgment.
Okay.
Though it's a little bit of a what a problem to have.
It's bad.
Someone had to talk about this.
This problem, I only
I'm
attract
really glad
huge cocks.
No, it's bad. It's actually really bad. And then guys will get pissy with me because people think I'm joking when I'm like, I just want to kiss and cuddle and stuff. And then we get to hang out, and then they're like, and then they pull it out. I'm like, oh no, I just want to kiss and cuddle. And they're like, oh, you fucking for real? And then they'll try to eat me out to like get my whole like ready and stuff. And I'm like,
Christ.
I know you're trying to, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me excited.
HR.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
My ears. I wasn't ready for this today. This was a lot.
I think that's
this
a good.
Lot.
Let's just end there. Let's just end it there.
All right.
We were doing so well. Okay.
All right. Damn, the time is going off again. All right. Well, bye, hoes. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next episode.
Oh, my goodness.